This music is by Samantha Boshnak, a Seattle composer from, this one is called Fuji. It's from her Seismic Belt album. She's written a number of pieces inspired by volcanic activity. And the reason, if you've guessed, I have chosen this is because this week is about fire. It's our third week of Earth Day Embodiment. Please comment in the sections on how these weeks of air, last week, death and renewal, this week fire, next week water, how they're impacting you. Share with us how you are becoming more embodied in yourself, in knowing yourself, and moving through this pandemic time, and in connecting with the elements of the earth. I want to read a poem today. It's a poem by my writer friend, Jessie Hayes. She wrote it on March 11th, just a day or two before things started to shut down drastically here in the Seattle area, in Washington State. The kids are now out of school until June, we just learned today. So the poem is called Trial by Fire. I'm just gonna read half of it, and then at the end, next week I will read the entire poem because it moves into water, and I think that is going to be a lovely way to begin next week. Trial by Fire by Jessie Hayes. I have felt fire in my flesh, tasted burning flame rippling on skin. Fire, the organizer, peels away layers, leaving essence, the I pure. Fire surging in the night, glowing orange, embers in the dark of jungle. In fear of dark, I light a candle to protect me. Purification happens in stages, leaving me nameless. A day of rage, a day of tears, a day of laughter. To dare to turn into a clown, to swim against the stream, finned ego. Yet the heart is pounding. The only dance in the burning desert is love. Trial by fire, mysterious, unknowing of simple truth be told, my body unfolding. There is death in life, here comes rebirth, resurrection. So I want to move right away into this earth-embodied fire practice today. Read the comments and think more deeply about what the essence of fire means for us here in the earth and in our bodies. What does it mean to become that softened magma, the molten hardness of our landscape, to melt into a transforming fire, to become that transforming fire that erupts out of times of breakdown and destruction. I lived through Mount St. Helens erupting in 1980, and you can see gorgeous pictures of it now and the life that it is now. But what does that mean in the eruptions of life? That to grab hold of that fiery, burning essence that does bring forth more life. There used to be controlled burnings in Australia, in the indigenous lands of the United States, that to clear and make room for the health and growth of abundance. So I ask for you and invite you to touch deeply into that place in you of fire that can be stoked, can be kindled and brightened and made more strong to reach your sacred heart, to help you to heal, to help you to transform fear and sorrow, and to help you move into a growing, expanding landscape, like the islands in Hawaii, like the beautiful mountains. This song is called Fuji. That is a gorgeous mountain created from the eruptions of molten rock. So if you watch this once, that's great, or you can jump in right away. I invite you to close your eyes. You don't really need to watch me. You're listening for the deep, deep place of movement that has been making you, that you are transforming for new movements that will make you into who you are. So right now, take your feet wide, wider than your shoulders. Bend your knees. Soften your joints in your hip and around your sacrum. And inhale, and then exhale down into your feet. And inhale. And exhale down into the bowl of your pelvis. And inhale. And exhale downward into the magma, into the softening heat that reforms us. And begin to rock your pelvis on top of your legs as you inhale and exhale, stoking this fire in your pelvis. And as you're moving and rolling your pelvis in the magma of this heat, lean into one leg and then into another leg, bending at the ankles, bending at the knees, bending in the hip joint, and press downward into your feet. Really feeling your feet spread like that lava moving down and out through your feet, creating more stretch and expanse to the bottom of your feet, reaching through the surface of the floor. You continue to move and shift your feet like suction cups to the floor, and just bending and shifting through your ankles and your knee joints and your hip joints, taking your tailbone behind you, maybe taking your tailbone forward and to the side. And just for a moment, I'm going to turn the music up and just play with this sense of the movement in your legs and your lower body, the bend of the ankles, the knees, the hips, the roiling lava heat moving through your joints. Playing with the rhythms, moving fast, shaking with the sounds of the cymbals, slowing down, feeling the heaviness. Piano banging down, down, slowing into a rhythm of boom, boom, boom. And then let the energy of this bending and pulling and pushing through the legs and the feet begin to roll. You can see my feet if you want to take a peek. Begin to move and pull your feet from the floor. Starting to rock side to side, feeling the outsides of the feet and the insides of the feet pulling from the floor. Maybe pulling even more the heels up off the floor and the toes, playing with the feet. And you could do this from a chair. Let your sits bones connect to a chair and just play with the legs. Really listening to the different rhythms of the drum, bouncing the feet, bouncing the heels, flapping the toes. Use your tail. Shake your tail, shake your hips to move the feet. Let that energy come from the fire, the pelvis moving down into your feet. And then let it move so much that you begin to lift your feet from the floor. You can just simply do a bit of a marching. Maybe a little bouncing, jumping. And start to play with this bouncing and jumping. Letting the feet come up off the floor. If you want to just stay there, you can stay there. Just peel and lift your feet up off the floor. But follow your impulses to move right now. Playing with the rhythm. Maybe some of you out there have been told you can't dance or you feel like you have no rhythm, then who cares? Just pound and shake your feet. Make up your own rhythm and decide that it's good. Syncopate to your own risks that you take to try to change and overcome. Good, and let this energy that we've built up, this big fiery blast of life, settle. Let the legs settle. And begin to let this energy move up into the heart. And just maybe put your hands on your chest and just moving any kind of manner in which you would like to move your rib cage as you transition all this fiery energy from the pelvis, the legs, up into the sacred heart. You praying with your big breath of exhale, fanning the fire in the heart. Really focus on the back of the heart as much as the front and the sides. And let that move into your shoulders, circling the shoulders. It's easy to burn our fire out when we let too much fire go. Sometimes too much joy, too much activity, too much energy can burn us out. So it's good to take our fire down into the embers and the glowing warmth of a quiet, calm fire that's there waiting for us. Moving the shoulders and the back of the head and the ears, moving the whole head, moving the elbows and the fingers and the hands. Stretching and release and reach this fiery energy out through the hands and the arms. And then begin to spark and flash like magic hands. The alchemy of changing things, using your hands and your elbows, your shoulders and your ribs to move this fiery energy out from you like prayer of transformation for the things that you envision. The envisioning of more goodness, of more love for yourself, for each other, for the healing and the overcoming of the wounds of the earth and our ancestors, for the women that were burned in the witch trials, for the loss of the longhouses of the Duwamish people in this land of the Seattle region, for the loss of the people, let their spirits that have been out in the field come into ourselves to bring forth a new landscape beyond this pandemic time, for a life and lives lived for the collective good. As I'm talking, continue to explore and move your body, imagining using the electricity and the energy of this fire to magnetize these fiery breathed prayers that we're sending out from our bodies as we're flashing our hands around us. My t-shirt says, "Women write music too." Can't see it with the flipped camera. You'll notice a lot of the people I'm highlighting in terms of the music I'm using this week, they almost all have, I think they've all been women. We're in a great turning. Yes, things are dying. Yes, things are being renewed. It is a process of life. We hold in the mourning the lament of the things that cause us suffering, and we stoke the fire to send the smoke forth for transformation and change. Be in love.